If the Senate gets the impeachment and a trial is held, do you think you could ever get a supermajority to remove him?
I don't think Senate Democrats, if you had video of Joe Biden murdering children dressed as the devil under a full moon while singing Pat Benatar, they still wouldn't vote to convict.
That's nuts. Ted, what is that?
What it is, it's ironic. Coming from Ted Cruz talking to Joe Pags on the Joe Pags show about how Republicans could possibly impeach Joe Biden. Well, the only way that would happen is if Democrats get on board. And I think he said there'd be video of Biden killing kids dressed as the devil in the pale moonlight singing Pat Benatar. I don't know. But apparently that video wouldn't be enough for them to do anything about Joe Biden. Kind of like how this video doesn't do enough for people like Ted Cruz to turn on Donald Trump. Maybe he forgot. Watch.
I'll give you an example. He said that I wanted to attack Iran. Isn't that amazing? I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came up. Look, this was him. They presented me this. This is off the record, but they presented me this. This was him. This was the Defense Department and him. Wow. We look at some. This was him. This wasn't done by me. This was him. All sorts of stuff. Pages long. Look. Wait a minute. Let's see here. Yeah. I just found. This totally wins my case, except it's like highly confidential. Yeah. Secret. This is secret information. Look at this. You attacking. By the way, isn't that incredible? Yeah. I was just thinking, because we were talking about it, and he said you wanted to attack Iran. You did. This was done by the military and given to me. I think we can probably, right? I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to classify it. Figure out it. Yeah. See, as president, I could have declassified it. Yeah. Now again, but this is still a secret. Yeah. Now we have a problem. Isn't that interesting?
So which party's gonna ignore tapes and videos of the president admitting to crimes? I guess the only crime that Ted Cruz could come up with. Joe Biden in the middle of the moonlight with Pat Benatar playing on some jukebox or something, dressed as the devil killing children. Wow, what a fantasy land this guy lives in, outside of the reality that Donald Trump just laid out there with all those classified documents. The reason why Ted Cruz continues to think he can say things like that and go whatever is because these are the people that they've put together, that they've collected as their support group. Here's MAGA and what they would do if they see the actual reality of this case.
Doesn't matter to me, not at all.
Outside the state convention, his supporters are unfazed.
I think it's a bunch of bull. Trump ain't done that. Wrong thing Trump done is saved this country.
They're not gonna let it stop. They can't stand the fact that he's running for president. And I am a Donald Trump fan.
It's probably altered, but it's just typical liberal propaganda.
None of the Republican voters CNN spoke with had read the indictment.
No, I wouldn't waste my time on a phony indictment. I don't care about the indictment. You could indict a bologna sandwich.
Francesca, it's so much. I do this to you every time. I just stack 4 or 5 things for you to go on.
No, it's
because I trust you.
No, exactly. We're just missing the heartbreaker, dream maker, love taker.
Is that the song?
Yeah, that's Pat Benatar. I love that we know Ted Cruz has danced in the moonlight to Pat Benatar, and that's his thing, which is, look, that's fine, but it was way too specific for him to not be the one to do that. He's talking about impeaching Biden. There's just, this whole week has been so much the din of the right freaking out about what is so clearly multiple crimes that Trump committed. As you just showed, the audio from that is, God, endless cringe of him saying look at that, it's classified, and but I could have declassified, but I didn't anyway. Let's have lunch and a bologna sandwich. It's gonna get indicted along with me, as his supporter said. They're just trying to distract us from the fact that this is so clearly and cut and dry. And I can't believe that people like Ted Cruz wouldn't just take the opportunity to just make a break, bro. make a break with Trump and MAGA. Have some, I mean, he hasn't found his balls in a very, very long time. Let's be real, but I don't blame him. But it's just like, this is your out. This is the one thing you don't have to defend, and they continue to defend it by deflecting and distracting and talking about Biden's crime family.
Oh, let's talk about Biden's crime family. Francesca, you set me up perfectly. That's why you're a professional here. We talk about these tapes. There's tapes of Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, whoever Biden, talking to some foreign informant, which, by the way, if they pop up, I'm willing to go ahead and accept them and see them as what they are. Except the folks that are pushing it continue to fail in pushing it. I'm not sure if you guys remember how many times Comer and company have been talking about it. These are the tapes apparently the Democrats wouldn't indict Joe Biden over. Watch.
With respect to the tapes, look, it mentioned in the FBI form that the oligarch had 17 tapes of Biden, 2 with Joe Biden, accepting the bribe, that he used that as an insurance policy.
This oligarch was a high-ranking member or owner of Burisma?
Yes, that is exactly right. So
have you had any contact with him?
Unfortunately, nobody's had any contact with him for the last 3 years. But with respect to this oligarch, we think we know where he is. He just hasn't been seen in public in a long time.
If indeed these 17 audio tapes exist, it would be in effect really a smoking gun for the big guy. Senator, do you think they exist? And if yes, how to obtain them?
We don't know. And Senator Grassley has never said they exist.
When will you be able to confirm if these recordings are legit? How long is that going to take?
Well, I can confirm that the recordings were in the 1023. Remember, I was with Senator Grassley when we saw the unredacted version.
Okay, so because Grassley was saying alleged yesterday, so these recordings are legit. You can confirm they are legitimate.
They were. I can confirm they were listed in the 1023 that the FBI redacted. We don't know if they're legit or not.
We don't know, Francesca. We're still holding on the tapes of Joe Biden in the pale moonlight singing Pat Benatar, murdering children in a devil uniform. I think that's a little bit more likely than these.
No, and it's like, and we're still like, yeah, and so what is the crime? Well, what is the crime? No, get to the crime, because we know Trump's crimes. We could talk about the crimes. You want to go crime for crime here? What's the crime? The son of the then out of office vice president, or maybe, for like got a job on a board of a company in Ukraine. And anyway, he used his dad as leverage. So, well, then they did natural gas deals. What? With who? Well, the United States, does the United States have natural gas deals? Yeah, I get, but anyway, there's nothing here. There's literally nothing here. If we went after every single senator who placed their family member on a corporate board, or because they use their own access to get a job, my God, how many tapes would we have? How many people would we have to bring down? How many things that aren't crimes would we suddenly be calling crimes? It is so insane to me. And I'm just kind of floored. Nothing's been learned in terms of, we're just gonna keep, because I'm sorry, not psychos, those poor sods who listen, you could indict a bologna sandwich. They hear the word 17 tapes, and Jayar, they just keep repeating it. They're just gonna think that forever now. Yeah, there's 17 tapes of Hunter Biden. I don't know, Ted Cruz said killing children. Yeah, let's do it, killing children. Yeah, sure.
Must be that. It doesn't matter. We can hear Donald Trump talk about it and be like, I didn't hear that. But then we'll hear and see these representatives say, don't have it, never heard of it, lost it, I just made it up. Constantly, and they'll go, there's 17 tapes. Again, I'm ready for the 17 tapes. I'm not saying Joe Biden's never done anything in his life. I just want to see what it is. They haven't presented it yet.